Hello, this is Kevin Trudell. I'm a senior college admissions specialist here at IV Experience. We just wanted to post an update regarding the University of Michigan, their early decision release that happened a little while ago. And we just wanted to emphasize a couple things once again that, like, hey, if you're accepted to the University of Michigan, we're super stoked for you. It's a great institution academically. We wish you a very happy next 4 years. You should be pumped, okay? For those folks who were deferred, we've had a few more conversations with the University of Michigan admissions office. We've kind of checked in with student portals, and we wanted to clarify a couple of things because things haven't necessarily been consistent coming out of the University of Michigan, unfortunately. So for those students who are deferred, essentially what Alyssa originally posted in our first update about the deferral process or the postpone process for ED applicants at the University of Michigan. It is correct in practice. They did clarify a few things from a technical standpoint, which is why I am here giving you guys an update today. So first of all, if you were deferred as far as early action, early decision at the University of Michigan, do you understand that if you saw different things in the portal, like maybe you logged in one day and you saw like, hey, we'll hear back in January, and then you logged in another day and you heard, oh, hey, we're going to hear back in March or April. You're not alone. They did make that change because they wanted the language in the portal to reflect the actual policy and what's on their website. And what that is that if you've been deferred or postponed in your early decision result, outcome, release, right, you are essentially now in the regular decision pool. Now, that's technically what's happening. In practice, what we originally posted about potentially being considered at the EA pool, potentially hearing back from January, dealing with all those constraints associated with it without the ability to release sort of your mid-year grades if you're an East Coast kid, those things also technically apply. And here's why. While technically the University of Michigan may not give you a decision, a firm rejection or acceptance until March or April, right? They did indicate that they will be looking at some of these applications and that they do encourage you to check back in January because they may have updated your application status. That is incredibly frustrating and wishy-washy. The admissions officers I did speak to as well did emphasize that, yes, as if you were sort of being considered for January, you probably should get your ECI done sooner rather than later. You should actually send them your grades as they come in, even if it's just a quarter grade versus a semester grade. Semester grades would be better, but send your grades in as they come in. So in practice, the concerns about students dealing with a double deferral process, it's kind of what's happening in practice, even though technically, if you've been deferred or postponed early decision, technically you're in the RD pool now. Now, the good news is that like you are fully free of your early decision commitment, as we indicated in the video that Alyssa originally posted. You can and should, see what's out there as far as other schools. If you haven't hit submit on stuff yet, you should. And if you're accepted to another school, you don't have to sit down around and wait for the University of Michigan, or, if they give you more scholarship money or something like that, you're not committed to University of Michigan anymore. At the end of the day, this is very frustrating because the admissions officers I did speak to, right, not only did they encourage folks to send in their ECI early, to send in their quarter and semester grades, they did suggest you actually check your portal in January, even though technically you're not in the early action pool, which, man, that's wishy-washy and frustrating. So once again, the update is officially you're not in the early action pool, but in practice, you have to operate as if you are. And yes, University of Michigan, this is a bit of a mess. University of Michigan is a great institution. We hope they clean this up next year. We know that, like, hey, first year of early decision, it's a new thing, but it is frustrating for parents and students who are kind of like left out in the wind in a lot of ways.